We all grow up believing family is everything, our support system, our safe haven. But what if I told you not every relative is rooting for your success? Some might be quietly waiting for you to stumble. Some relatives, they're not the loving family you think they are. They're your hidden enemies. And it's time we wake up and see this truth before it destroys us from within. Relatives, those people you grew up with, shared birthdays and festivals with, can sometimes be the biggest threat to your dreams, your peace, and your growth. I know it sounds harsh, but listen closely, because this is the reality many of us face but don't talk about. This speech is not about hating family. It's about being wise, protective, and strong. Because when you don't recognize these hidden enemies, they will pull you down, slowly, silently, and dangerously. So stay with me for the next 15 minutes. This could change the way you see your own family and protect your heart like never before. Not all blood means loyalty. This is one of the hardest truths to accept because we are raised with the belief that family is our forever support system. From childhood, we hear that blood ties are unbreakable, that relatives will stand by us no matter what, that they are our first and last line of defense. But reality often paints a very different picture. You may have experienced it yourself. When life gets tough, some relatives disappear, some become distant, and others might even become obstacles rather than allies. Loyalty isn't a birthright. Just because you share DNA, it's a choice, a conscious decision someone makes to be with you, to stand by you in your darkest hours and celebrate with you in your brightest moments. Take a moment to think about the cousin who always seems happy for your success on the surface, but behind the scenes, they whisper doubts or try to downplay your achievements. Or the aunt who gives advice that feels more like criticism disguised as concern. These are examples of how shared blood doesn't guarantee genuine support. Sometimes, family members have their own battles with jealousy, insecurity, or unresolved pain, and that can cause them to act in ways that hurt you. It's not that they don't love you. Often, it's that they don't know how to love you in a healthy, uplifting way. Imagine a young woman working hard to build her career, facing endless challenges, pouring her heart and soul into her dreams. She turns to her family for encouragement, hoping for words that will lift her up. Instead, she hears, "Why don't you focus on finding a husband?" Or, "Are you sure this job will make you stable?" These words come not from malice, but from a place of old beliefs and fear. Fear that her success might disrupt family traditions or their expectations. It's painful because she's giving her all, yet those closest to her don't seem to believe in her vision. This is the reality of blood without loyalty. Proximity doesn't equal protection. In daily life, you might find that relatives are the first to judge your mistakes, the first to remind you of your flaws. When you stumble, they don't always rush to catch you. Sometimes they step back and watch. This lack of loyalty can feel like a betrayal, especially when you've invested so much trust in these relationships. But it's important to remember that loyalty is earned and maintained through mutual respect, kindness, and support. Just because someone shares your last name or your family tree doesn't mean they will always have your back. There are countless stories of people who have realized that their chosen family, friends, mentors, or even strangers who became like family, offer a deeper sense of loyalty than some relatives ever could. For example, a young man might find strength in a mentor who encourages him relentlessly, believes in his dreams, and stands by him during failures. Meanwhile, some relatives might dismiss his ambitions or try to hold him back out of fear or envy. This contrast highlights that loyalty comes from those who genuinely want to see you grow and thrive, not merely from those connected to you by birth. Sometimes, relatives project their own fears and insecurities onto us. They may feel threatened by your potential because it reminds them of their own unfulfilled dreams. Their actions are not about you. They are reflections of their struggles. When you understand this, it becomes easier to detach from their negativity without resentment. You begin to see that loyalty isn't a guarantee but a precious gift, something you give and receive consciously. You learn to protect your energy, to surround yourself with those who celebrate your growth, whether related by blood or not. This truth teaches us a powerful lesson in self-reliance and emotional intelligence. It encourages us to build resilience not by expecting unconditional loyalty from relatives, but by nurturing it within ourselves, and seeking it in healthy relationships. The strength to keep moving forward often comes from inside, fueled by the realization that your worth is not defined by family approval. You learn to listen to your own voice, trust your own judgment, and choose your support system wisely. In real life, I've seen people make the difficult choice to distance themselves from relatives who consistently bring negativity or sabotage their happiness. This is not about cutting ties to hurt, but about self-preservation and growth. Loyalty to oneself becomes the foundation for everything else. When you honor your own dreams and protect your peace, you attract loyalty from the right places. It's a brave act of love to yourself first. And when you recognize that not all blood means loyalty, you gain clarity. You stop waiting for validation from those who cannot give it and start investing your energy in relationships that nurture you. This understanding frees you from the chains of unrealistic expectations and allows you to focus on your own journey with courage and confidence. Toxic comparison is their weapon. It's a silent, invisible battle that many of us fight daily, often without even realizing it. From the moment you achieve something, or even when you simply try to live your truth, there will be relatives who wield comparison like a sharp sword aimed at your confidence and self-worth. They might not say it outright, but through offhand remarks, judgmental glances, or constant reminders of someone else's better achievements, they use comparison to chip away at your spirit. It's painful because it feels like your own family is rooting against you rather than cheering you on. Think about a brother who constantly gets praised for his academic success while your achievements are dismissed as not enough. Or the relative who points out how your sibling got married early or landed a better job, as if your timeline is a failure. This toxic comparison plants seeds of doubt that grow into insecurities and self-criticism. It makes you question your worth and whether you're truly enough just as you are. The sad truth is that these comparisons aren't about truth. They're about control and competition disguised as concern. I remember a story about a young woman who had dreams of becoming an artist, pouring her soul into her craft. Every family gathering became a subtle battlefield where her achievements were compared to her cousin's stable corporate job. Why don't you choose a safer path? They'd ask with eyes full of judgment. The constant comparison made her feel like an outsider in her own family, like her passion wasn't valued. But here's the mind-blowing realization. Comparison kills joy. It steals your uniqueness. No two paths are the same, and no two successes can be measured by the same ruler. Your journey is yours alone, and it's worth celebrating fully. Toxic comparison is especially damaging because it disguises itself as advice or concern. Phrases like, "you should be more like," or "why can't you do what so and so did," sound like guidance but are really weapons that undermine your confidence. These words create invisible walls between you and the people who should be your pillars of support. The more you hear these comparisons, the more you feel isolated and misunderstood. You start to believe that to be loved or accepted, you must change yourself to fit someone else's expectations. But that's a lie. True love and acceptance come when you are unapologetically yourself. In everyday life, toxic comparison can also show up as relatives bragging about their children's accomplishments or wealth, making you feel invisible or less worthy. At family events, you might feel like a spectator in your own story, watching others receive applause while your efforts go unnoticed. This dynamic breeds resentment and sadness, but it also can be a powerful catalyst for change. When you realize that comparison is their weapon, not your truth, you gain the strength to break free from its grip. The mind-blowing truth is this: the only comparison you need to make is with the person you were yesterday. Your growth, your progress, your happiness, these are the real victories. When relatives use comparison to try to pull you down, remind yourself that their judgments are rooted in their own fears and insecurities. They may not be able to celebrate your success because it challenges their worldview or highlights their own disappointments. But that doesn't diminish your light. It only means you have to shine even brighter. Consider a father who constantly compares his daughter's achievements to her brothers, creating competition instead of encouragement. This toxic environment breeds stress and anxiety, making the daughter doubt her own worth. Yet, when she finally understands that her value isn't tied to comparisons, she begins to reclaim her power. She starts to define success on her own terms, embracing her unique talents and passions. This shift is revolutionary. It frees you from the chains of approval and lets you walk your path with confidence and joy. Toxic comparison also teaches a valuable lesson about empathy and self-awareness. When you become aware of how destructive it is, you start to reject it, not only from others but also from yourself. The voice inside your head that tells you you're not good enough compared to someone else. Silence it. Celebrate your progress, your small wins, your resilience. Every step forward is proof of your strength regardless of how it measures up to others. In many ways, toxic comparison is a reflection of society's obsession with competition and perfection. But life is not a contest. It's a beautiful, messy, unpredictable journey that can only be lived authentically. When relatives use comparison as a weapon, they try to trap you in their limited view of success and happiness. But your truth is bigger, brighter, and bolder. Your worth is not up for debate or measurement. The real power lies in breaking the cycle, choosing to lift others instead of tearing them down, celebrating differences instead of fueling competition. When you refuse to let toxic comparison define your self-worth, you open the door to true freedom. You become unstoppable because your confidence comes from within, not from the approval or judgment of others. This is the kind of strength that transforms lives and inspires generations. Gossip and rumors spread fastest in family circles. It's an unfortunate reality that the people who should be your closest allies sometimes become the loudest voices of judgment and misinformation. Family gatherings that should be filled with love and support often become breeding grounds for whispers and speculation. The stories shared behind closed doors, the half-truths passed around like wildfire, all have the power to distort reality and damage relationships. This isn't just petty drama. It's a slow poison that can chip away at your reputation, your confidence, and your peace of mind. Imagine this: you share something personal with a trusted relative, hoping for understanding and support. The next thing you know, that private conversation has morphed into a distorted tale spread across multiple family members, growing more exaggerated with every retelling. Suddenly, you're the subject of gossip, your intentions questioned, your character judged, your struggles made public. This experience is deeply painful because it shatters the trust you had in your own blood, making you question who you can truly rely on. In daily life, I've seen how gossip can ruin opportunities and break bonds. For example, a young man might confide in a cousin about his plans to change careers or move cities. What begins as a hopeful conversation turns into rumors about instability or irresponsibility, whispered by relatives who judge without knowing the full story. This toxic environment forces him into silence, making him second-guess his decisions and hide his ambitions. Gossip in this way not only spreads falsehoods but also suffocates dreams. Family circles are unique because the gossip comes with an extra layer of complexity. There's history, emotion, and expectations tangled up in every word. Relatives might justify their spreading of rumors as concern or care, but often it's driven by judgment, fear, or even envy. The mind-blowing part is how quickly these whispers escalate, turning small misunderstandings into full-blown conflicts. And the more people involved, the harder it becomes to set the record straight. The damage done can linger for years, poisoning family gatherings and leaving lasting wounds. Take the example of a woman who faced a difficult divorce. Instead of receiving empathy, she was met with whispers and judgmental glances. Relatives questioned her choices, spread assumptions, and turned her private pain into public spectacle. This kind of gossip strips away dignity and isolates people when they need support the most. It teaches us a brutal lesson that not everyone who shares your blood has your best interests at heart. Yet there is power in understanding this truth. When you realize that gossip and rumors are a natural part of family dynamics, you can prepare yourself emotionally and mentally. You learn not to give power to what others say behind your back. Instead, you focus on your own truth and integrity. Your actions, your character, and your growth become your strongest defenses against false narratives. Over time, you build a resilience that gossip cannot touch. Think about how often we underestimate the damage caused by words. Words that spread like wildfire in family circles. But here's the motivational truth. You are bigger than the stories told about you. You are more than the whispers. When you hold your head high and refuse to be defined by gossip, you reclaim your power. You become a living example that truth, kindness, and strength rise above rumors. In many ways, gossip exposes more about the people who spread it than the person it targets. It reveals their insecurities, their need for control, and their inability to handle their own pain. When you see this, you develop compassion without surrendering your boundaries. You stop engaging in the cycle and instead choose to be a beacon of positivity and truth. In real life, some of the strongest people I know have faced relentless family gossip and emerged not broken but empowered. They didn't let the whispers dictate their worth or silence their dreams. Instead, they used those challenges as fuel to grow, to shine brighter, and to surround themselves with genuine support. This is the kind of courage that transforms pain into power. Gossip and rumors may spread fastest in family circles, but so can love, healing, and growth. If you choose to nurture those instead, your journey is yours to define, not the distorted stories others tell. When you focus on your purpose and surround yourself with people who truly uplift you, you create an unbreakable shield against negativity. This awareness is a gift, one that allows you to navigate family dynamics with grace, strength, and unwavering self-respect. Expect no sympathy, expect realism. This is a mindset shift so powerful, so freeing, that once you embrace it, your entire approach to challenges and relationships transforms. In life, especially within family circles, expecting sympathy can set you up for disappointment. People may not always offer you comforting words or a shoulder to lean on. Instead, they might meet your struggles with criticism, indifference, or even blame. It's not that they don't care, but often their perspective is rooted in their own limitations and experiences. When you stop waiting for sympathy and start expecting realism, you prepare yourself to face the world with eyes wide open and heart strong. Consider the young woman who loses her job unexpectedly. She turns to her family hoping for support, hoping they will understand the weight of her loss. Instead, she hears, "You should have worked harder," or "This is what happens when you don't plan properly." These words may feel harsh, but they are realistic reflections, not excuses or empty condolences. When you expect realism, you acknowledge that life doesn't always come with comforting pats on the back. It demands accountability, resilience, and action. Sympathy might soften the blow, but realism prepares you for the fight. In daily life, expecting realism over sympathy means facing your problems head on without waiting for someone else to fix them or feel sorry for you. Imagine a man going through a painful breakup. Instead of endless sympathy from relatives that might encourage him to wallow, what he really needs is honest perspective, acknowledgement that pain is part of growth, that healing requires effort, and that he has the strength to rebuild. Realism challenges you to stop seeking validation for your pain and start seeking solutions. It pushes you beyond comfort zones into the realm of true transformation. This approach is a kind of emotional empowerment. It doesn't mean you don't deserve kindness or empathy. It means you don't depend on others' pity to move forward. When you expect realism, you train yourself to see situations clearly, the good, the bad, and the ugly, without sugarcoating. You become your own strongest supporter because you realize that waiting for sympathy often leads to stagnation. Life doesn't pause for anyone's hurt, and those who survive and thrive are the ones who adapt quickly to reality. Think of the single mother struggling to raise her children while managing a full-time job. She might face judgment rather than sympathy from relatives who question her choices or criticize her methods. Instead of expecting their understanding, she embraces the realism of her situation, the long hours, the sacrifices, the fatigue, and finds strength in that clarity. She becomes unstoppable not because she seeks sympathy, but because she recognizes what is true and acts with determination. The mind-blowing truth is that realism is the foundation of growth. Sympathy can sometimes keep us in a place of victimhood, where pain is endlessly validated but solutions are ignored. Realism, on the other hand, demands responsibility. It asks you to look at your circumstances without illusions and decide what you will do next. This shift from seeking comfort to embracing truth is the catalyst for empowerment. In relationships, expecting realism means understanding that not everyone will be emotionally available or supportive in the ways you want. Some relatives may not understand your struggles or may respond with blunt honesty instead of gentle words. Accepting this doesn't make you cynical. It makes you wise. You learn to choose carefully who you share your vulnerabilities with and to build inner resilience that does not crumble when others fail to sympathize. Realism also means preparing for failure as a natural part of success. When you expect no sympathy, you prepare yourself to pick up the pieces alone if you must, without waiting for anyone to feel sorry for you. This independence builds confidence that is unshakable. For example, an entrepreneur might face repeated setbacks but does not expect sympathy from family or friends. Instead, they focus on realistic assessment. What went wrong? What can be improved? And keep moving forward with relentless determination. In life, sympathy is often fleeting, conditional, and limited. Realism is lasting, unconditional, and transformative. When you adopt this mindset, you become the author of your own story, writing each chapter with courage and clarity. You stop being a passive recipient of others' emotions and become an active participant in your growth. This is the essence of true strength, a strength born not from needing sympathy but from embracing reality, no matter how hard it may be. Boundaries are not betrayal, they are survival. This is a truth so crucial, yet so misunderstood. In the tangled web of family and relationships, setting boundaries is often seen as selfish, as turning your back on those who are supposed to love you. But the reality is far different. Boundaries are the armor that protects your soul from being drained, your mind from constant chaos, and your heart from endless pain. They are not walls meant to shut people out, but fences that keep your well-being intact. Without boundaries, you risk losing yourself in the demands, expectations, and toxicity of others, even those closest to you. Imagine a woman who constantly says yes to every relative's request, even when it exhausts her or goes against her values. She feels guilty saying no because she fears being labeled as ungrateful or disrespectful. But over time, her energy depletes, her joy fades, and resentment builds quietly beneath the surface. This is where boundaries come in, not to punish others but to save herself. Saying no is not an act of betrayal. It is a declaration of self-respect. It is a way of saying, I matter too, and I will not sacrifice my peace to meet everyone else's demands. In everyday life, boundaries manifest in many ways, refusing to engage in toxic family drama, protecting your time from endless interruptions, or standing firm when relatives try to control your choices. For example, a young man might set a boundary by limiting conversations about his personal life with nosy relatives. They might feel offended or interpret this as coldness, but he understands that maintaining his mental health is more important than appeasing their curiosity. Boundaries are survival tools that help you navigate the complexities of family dynamics without losing yourself. The mind-blowing part about boundaries is that they teach others how to treat you. When you allow disrespect, overstepping, or manipulation, you silently communicate that it's acceptable. But when you set clear, firm boundaries, you raise the standard for your relationships. You show that you value yourself enough to protect your emotional and mental space. This is a powerful message that commands respect and creates healthier interactions. Take the example of a mother who refuses to let her relatives dictate how she raises her children. They criticize her choices, question her methods, and pressure her to conform to outdated traditions. Instead of succumbing, she sets boundaries, politely but firmly, making it clear that the decisions about her children are hers alone. This boundary is not betrayal, it is survival. It protects her children's well-being and preserves her authority as a parent. It also sends a message that love does not mean control. In relationships, setting boundaries can be one of the hardest yet most liberating acts of self-love. Whether it's saying no to emotional manipulation, demanding respect for your time, or refusing to tolerate toxic behavior, boundaries create safety. They prevent burnout, reduce anxiety, and foster self-confidence. They allow you to engage with others from a place of strength rather than fear or obligation. The motivational truth is that boundaries are acts of courage. They require honesty with yourself about what you will and will not accept. They demand the bravery to disappoint others, knowing that your peace is worth it. For example, a man who stops sharing financial details with relatives who constantly judge him is choosing survival over approval. He chooses to protect his dignity rather than appease critics. This is strength, not betrayal. In many ways, boundaries are the foundation of self-respect and emotional intelligence. They create space for growth, healing, and authentic connection. Without them, relationships become draining and destructive. With them, even difficult relationships can transform into healthier, more balanced ones. Boundaries remind us that love does not require sacrifice of self. True love respects limits and nurtures individuality. In real life, those who master the art of boundaries often find themselves more at peace and more empowered. They no longer feel trapped by family expectations or drained by toxic interactions. Instead, they live with intention, choosing who and what they allow into their lives. This conscious choice is survival. It's a declaration that you will not be diminished or broken by others' demands. Boundaries are not betrayal, they are survival, strength, and self-love wrapped into one. They are the courage to protect your heart, mind, and soul in a world that often tries to take more than it gives. When you embrace this truth, you transform your relationships and your life. Success will trigger more envy than pride. This is a bitter but powerful truth that many people discover on their journey. When you achieve something great, when you rise above your circumstances or break through barriers, you might expect cheers and celebrations from those around you, especially from family and relatives. But more often than not, what you get instead is jealousy, criticism, or even sabotage disguised as concern. Success shines a light on others' insecurities and unmet desires, and instead of sharing your joy, they reflect their own fears and frustrations back at you. Understanding this reality is crucial because it prepares you to keep moving forward with strength and grace, even when support is scarce. Imagine a woman who starts a successful business against all odds. Instead of hearing, "We're proud of you," she faces relatives who whisper doubts about how long her success will last or accuse her of forgetting her roots. Their envy is not a reflection of her worth, but a mirror of their own struggles and limitations. This reaction is common because success disrupts the status quo. It challenges those who feel stuck or left behind. It reminds them of what they want but haven't achieved, and sometimes that pain turns into resentment. In everyday life, success can isolate you more than it connects you. For example, a man who graduates with honors may find that some relatives stop inviting him to family gatherings or subtly exclude him from conversations. Their envy can breed distance and coldness, creating an invisible barrier where there used to be closeness. This experience teaches a harsh lesson. Not everyone will celebrate your victories, especially when they feel overshadowed or threatened by them. The mind-blowing part of this truth is that envy from others is not your problem, it's theirs. When people are envious, they reveal their own fears, insecurities, and sometimes even their inability to dream big. Their envy says nothing about your achievements, but everything about their mindset. When you understand this, you stop taking their reactions personally and instead focus on your own growth and purpose. Take the example of a young athlete who wins a championship. Instead of basking in the pride of family and community, he encounters relatives who downplay his efforts or say things like, "It's just luck," or "Wait until the next game." These remarks sting, but they come from a place of envy. The athlete learns that success often triggers more skepticism and negativity than genuine pride. This awareness fuels his determination to prove them wrong, not out of spite, but as a testament to his own resilience. Success also tests relationships because it forces people to confront their own limitations and fears. Some relatives might try to pull you back, telling you to be careful, to stay grounded, or to not get too big for your boots. While caution can be wise, sometimes these warnings mask envy and a desire to keep you from outshining them. Recognizing this helps you protect your energy and stay focused on your path without getting entangled in others' negativity. In many ways, success is a lonely road because it separates you from those who are content with comfort zones. But this loneliness is also a sign that you are moving forward, growing, and breaking barriers. The key is to surround yourself with people who genuinely want to see you thrive, those rare souls who celebrate your success without comparison or jealousy. They are your true tribe. The motivational truth is that envy from others should never be a reason to dim your light. On the contrary, it should ignite a fire within you to keep pushing harder, to reach higher, and to create a legacy that inspires others. When you realize that success triggers envy more than pride, you stop seeking external validation and start owning your worth. You become unstoppable because your motivation comes from within, not from the applause or approval of others. In real life, countless stories prove this. Successful entrepreneurs, artists, leaders, and visionaries often face envy from those closest to them. Yet they rise above, driven by a vision bigger than petty jealousy. They understand that success is not about winning a popularity contest, but about fulfilling a purpose. This mindset transforms envy into fuel for greatness. Success will always attract attention, both positive and negative. The challenge is to embrace your journey with confidence, knowing that envy is just a shadow cast by your own light. When you keep your focus on your goals, maintain humility, and continue to work hard, envy loses its power. Your achievements become your armor, your pride your shield, and your vision your guide. The ultimate power lies in mastering your response to envy. You can choose to let it distract and demoralize you, or you can use it to sharpen your focus and deepen your commitment. This choice defines the difference between those who falter and those who soar. The path to success is never easy, but it is always worth it, because true success is about rising above not just circumstances, but also the envy that follows. Choose your circle, not just your family. This is a revolutionary idea that many struggle to accept because society often glorifies blood ties above all else. But the truth is, family is not always the tribe that lifts you up, supports your dreams, or understands your soul. Sometimes, the people related to you by blood can be the very ones who hold you back, judge you harshly, or drain your energy. Choosing your circle means consciously surrounding yourself with people who truly see you, who inspire you, and who cheer you on. Not because they share your last name, but because they genuinely care about your growth and happiness. Imagine a young woman who grew up in a family where her dreams were dismissed as unrealistic. Her relatives told her to follow a safe path, constantly doubting her abilities. Feeling unsupported at home, she found her tribe elsewhere. Mentors who believed in her, friends who encouraged her, and colleagues who challenged her to be better. This chosen circle became her sanctuary, the place where she could be her authentic self without fear of judgment. They fueled her courage and ambition when her family couldn't. This example teaches us that family ties alone do not define your support system, your true circle does. In everyday life, choosing your circle means recognizing the difference between those who add value to your life and those who drain it. For example, a man might have relatives who criticize his career choices or lifestyle. Instead of letting their negativity consume him, he invests time and energy in friendships and communities that celebrate his individuality. This conscious choice is a form of self-love and survival. It allows him to thrive even when family isn't the source of encouragement he hoped for. The mind-blowing reality is that you have the power to shape your environment by choosing your circle wisely. It's not about abandoning family, but about prioritizing your well-being and growth. When you surround yourself with positive influences, you create a ripple effect that transforms every area of your life, your mindset, your opportunities, and your self-worth. Your circle becomes a mirror reflecting your potential back to you, reminding you daily that you are capable and deserving. Take the story of an artist whose family never understood her passion. They urged her to pursue a real job, belittling her creative ambitions. Feeling isolated, she sought connection with fellow artists and mentors who shared her vision. This chosen circle not only validated her dreams, but also provided practical